Hey, Congressman Matt Gaetz here with my good friend Danny Burgess. Danny is the director of the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, and we're working together to ensure that Florida veterans have a voice in Tallahassee and in Washington. And there is an exciting new collaboration that your department is working on in our district with the University of West Florida. I was hoping you could share a little bit of that with my constituents.
Absolutely. Governor DeSantis well, first off, Congressman, thank you so much for having me, and it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So Governor DeSantis just announced an incredible housing initiative to try to get Florida's veterans and active duty service members from across the country to want to live and set up shop, work, and start their families here in Florida. It will help with various costs that are associated with purchasing your first home. And the program is set to start in the beginning of March. So we're looking forward to getting this up and running, and more information will be coming. But we are proud to kick it off in Pensacola, having the highest concentration of active duty service members in the entire country.
Well, we're certainly proud of them, and we're proud that Florida has become such a destination for veterans. We see veterans from all over America choosing to make Florida their forever home, and yep. I think it's because we are the most veteran-friendly state in America. And I tell you what, Danny, you are a veteran from these more recent conflicts. And there is a certain dynamic we see with these veterans that are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and they got a lot of life ahead of them they're looking forward to live. Maybe just share a little bit about that experience and how you've encountered it across our great state.
Absolutely. So I'm in the Army Reserve still, so serving with a lot of post 9/11 veterans. A lot of them are just starting to get out, and as I said just a minute ago, Congressman, they're really just looking for their first home. They're looking to start their family. They're looking for that career after service. So Florida has set up a lot of initiatives. They're trying to identify ways that we can streamline education processes and occupational licensing. That transition process can be very, very challenging for a military member and their family. We do a great job of teaching service members how to put the uniform on. We don't do that great of a job of teaching them how to take it off. So the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, under the leadership of Governor DeSantis, is really looking to empower service members and their families as they are transitioning out of uniform, coming into Florida, and looking for that new start here.
And so as veterans in my community and around our state are looking for the amazing resources that your department provides, where should they go, who should they call, and how can our veterans get wired into the great economic opportunity that we're building in our state?
Absolutely. You can find the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs on Facebook and Twitter. Our Twitter handle is FLVetsAffairs. FloridaVets.org is our website. We just started a new newsletter called the Forward March newsletter. It's actually stemmed out of an initiative that took 8 months. We went across the entire state of Florida and assessed every area in our state, all the community providers and leaders out there that are doing so much good, serving those who served us. They're getting out of their foxholes, so we wanted to get out of ours. We wanted to identify where there are gaps in services and where we need to plug them. So the newsletter really does a good job of keeping all that connectivity together, trying to get everybody to work towards a common goal, which is serving our veterans. So we're really trying to bring folks together, sir.
Well, one of the things you and I worked on as colleagues in the state legislature, you're now working on it at Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, and I'm working on it in Congress, are our veterans courts, where we're able to recognize that there is a unique experience our veterans go through. We don't want them to have negative interface with the criminal justice system. We want to ensure veterans are on the right path. Talk a little bit about the success of our veterans courts in Florida.
Florida has some of the best models when it comes to veterans treatment courts. We have a priority legislation this year during the 2020 session, and what that would do is set a standardized approach across the state for how Florida wants to implement veterans treatment courts with best practices at heart. Simultaneously, you and your team and Congress has been so graciously working on initiatives to help fund those veterans treatment courts, which has always been a sticking point, as you know from your time in the House. They are always in need of more funds to be able to serve more veterans going through these courts. So thank you for everything your office and the teams up here have been doing to help make that possible. And I think with our bill hopefully passing the legislature this year, and fingers crossed, and with your initiatives, we can really marry those efforts up and do some big things.
Well, thanks for coming by, and thanks for all you do for Florida veterans.
Congressman. Thank you.
Thanks.